Today's 2 Minute Tuesday is all about essential oils, so while the intro's on, go grab a coffee because there's absolutely no chance of you getting a 2-minute video on this one. So now this is a pointless exercise because I've already stated that this is going to be a much longer video than 2 minutes, but let's put them on the clock anyway. Waste of time. So essential oils, why are they different to the mainstay flavors that we're used to, which would be, the glycerol based or, the ethyl alcohol based flavors? Well, these flavors, these EA flavors, these PG flavors, they are designed by a flavor specialist using certain bases that they then add flavor signatures to, and they blend them together to mimic certain flavors. Whereas the essential oils, they're a different kettle of poisson altogether. These are 100% natural. They're distilled from certain plant and fruits and barks. So what they do is they extract the resins from those parts of the plants, the seeds, the barks, and they distill them. And it's a very long, drawn out process, but what they get in the end is a 100% natural flavor that's also nutritious. There are lots of, tales that they have medicinal benefits to the body. Gerry's really out on that one. It's a little bit, left of field, but bottom line is the Carp absolutely love these. Now, they're super concentrated products. Unlike the standard flavors like the EA and the glycerol based flavors, these can be really overdone. So whereas we would be dealing with mils per pound of base mix or grams of base mix, the difference is, you could be using anywhere between 5 and 10 mils of these. We're talking 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop, up to maybe 6 drops of these products, because they're so potent. So why would we want to use essential oils in the beginning? Number one, they give a signature in the bait that these can't. As I said, 100% natural product, and the Carp really find them very attractive. Number two, they are brilliant for long-term bait use. So if you've got a HMV base that is going to get better over time with the Carp, you don't want to overblow it with lots of different chemical flavors in it. So using something natural at very low level will give it the label it needs, will give it the attraction that it needs, but more importantly, it's not going to blow the bait over the long-term usage of it. What a lot of anglers do is they use the essential oils in combination with one of the flavors. Now, because it's an oil, it reacts differently in the water column, it reacts differently in the bait. So it doesn't wash out of the baits as quickly as, say, the other flavors like ethyl alcohol would. So it's really going to be great if you're fishing a silty, weedy water, anything that's going to have ingress of smell on the bait. Essential oils are great for masking that, keeping it, more or less the way you want it to be. You can bring it in after a good number of days of it being out in these silty waters, and whilst you will have a silt smell initially off it, you break it open and that essential oil just pops out. Whereas if you were using an ethyl alcohol bait, that's gone. It's now going to smell of silt. So it's a really great way of keeping flavour and taste within the bait. And I've just said something that's really important there, because these also add a taste to the bait. So oil, and that's a really big thing that you need to keep in mind. It is an oil, and I would always recommend that you put in a couple of mil of emulsifier if you're using essential oils. It's just going to help that oil break down a little bit more in the water column and disperse and provide the stimulation that it's needed for the Carp to home in on. This is old school. And old school at the moment has become super popular, and for good reason, because years ago we were using stuff that caught, and this stuff hasn't changed since when it was bottled way back in 1986. One of the first flavors that Nutrabaits actually did with essential oils. It's still catching fish today. It's not as popular as it once was, because most people have moved away from home rolling. But if you are a home roller, if you do like to make custom hook baits, do not ignore the essential oils. They absolutely really can make a pop-up pop. They can make a waft, and they can make a bottom bait be a really decent bottom bait. Look, essential oils, don't ignore them. They are superb flavour attractors for your bait. So as I said, I'm going to finish this one up with a sayonara, but I lead out with some recipes for you, and I'll talk you through them. One of the most popular essential oils mixes: 500 grams of big fish mix, 20 ml of salmon oil, 4 ml of nature identical salmon flavour, and 10 drops of black pepper oil. You could also add another 4 ml of caviar to this, but that's down to your preference. Another one I've personally done well on is the 50-50 mix: 10 ml multi-amino, 10 ml Nutramino, 5 ml cranberry, and 6 drops juniper berry. Another really classic blend is 500 grams of Enervit Gold, 20 ml of multi-amino, 4 ml of nature identical strawberry, 4 ml of nature identical cream, and 4 drops of bergamot oil. It's a huge favourite, catching an awful lot of fish over the years.